Hello and welcome to a game I'll be sharing with you through the past. This game is called Les Fruits de la Grisaia, or The Fruits of Grisaia in English. This is a visual novel brought to you by Frontwing, as you can see in the little bottom right corner of the screen, and it follows the life of, well, you'll see. This is not my first time playing it, but it is an excellent game and merits another playthrough. So we will be doing that for you today. Let me know what you guys think, and let's get started in this journey of an adventure, shall we? Intense sunlight blazes down on the road as if to declare the arrival of summer. The burning asphalt radiates heat, mixing with the scent of the tide to foam a thick, muggy atmosphere. When the weather's clear in the summer like this, you get guys who lose their heads in the heat. Sexual assaults, robberies, all the way up to homicides. I don't have time to list the variety of crimes committed by the morons with baked brains. As a result, at times like these, the police inevitably get very wary about suspicious types. It was about 10 minutes ago that I realized that I'd been mistaken for one of those heart-stroke-addled sorts. Name?
名前が風
Oh.
見雄二。住所は山梨県大外郡。
I don't know if I want to keep the voices on for people who aren't, Yeah, you know what? We're going to turn off other people's voices. Yeah. So we only need to hear select few. Name, Kazami Yugi. Address, Osato in the Yamanashi Prefecture. Just a forewarning, I do apologize if I butcher some of these names, since I'm an American, and I haven't had the time to immerse myself fully in this wonderful language, so I don't actually know how to speak it. I'm only reading it, so please forgive me. Sweat pouring from his forehead as he examines my license. The policeman in front of me takes a glance at the large backpack I'm carrying, then continues the background check. You came here from Yamanashi? Yeah. What business do you have in the city? Why are you lugging around that enormous bag? You headed anywhere in particular? I told you this 10 minutes ago. I'm moving. This luggage is everything I own. So what's your new address? Like I said, I don't have one yet. The answer's not going to change no matter how many times you ask. You're moving, but you don't know where to. Look, what are you hiding? How about you just come clean already? Where did you come from? Where are you going? What are you planning to do there? Depending on the context, these could be fairly philosophical questions, but as far as the police inquiries go, they're pretty run-of-the-mill. From their perspective, anyone running around with any sort without clear-cut business is, by default, a criminal of some sort. Let alone someone like me carrying around a conspicuous, bulky luggage. It's as good as guaranteed that they'd stop me. That is their job, I suppose. Since this little scene acts as a crime deterrent, though, its visibility, it's not an entirely wasted effort. But unfortunately, I don't have all day to play along. I drop a glance towards the digital watch I'm wearing around my left wrist. Sorry, but I'm keeping someone waiting. I really can't spare any more time for hanging out with bored cops. Are you mocking me? A bored police force is proof that the city is at peace. Take it as a compliment. Inexplicably taking offense at my tone, the policeman clicks his tongue in irritation and tosses me my license back. Alright, then, Kazami-san. Sorry for the inconvenience, but would you mind letting me take a look through that pack you're carrying? I refuse. Why? Something you don't want me to see in there? A knife, maybe? I don't rely on blades. Policy of mine. Look, are you really telling me to unpack all this on the spot? It'll take an hour at least. 30 minutes to just take it all on. 30 minutes to stuff it back in. In that case, let's head over to the station. No reason to stand around in the sun, right? I'll get you some cold tea and we can have a nice long chat. I just told you I don't have the time. I can't accept the voluntary questioning. I know you can't just back down in this situation, but if I say I'll head over to myself later, could we wrap this up for now? It's very convenient for you, but what guarantee do I have you'll ever show? At least give me an address if you want me to agree to that. As I've explained, I'm in the middle of a move. I vacated my old place, so I don't have an address. Then give me your parents' address. Or are they homeless too? I don't have any parents. No siblings, no relatives either. They're all dead. You serious? Are you sure you're not hiding something from me? This is going nowhere. Okay, so why don't we move things along? To the station, maybe? I'll call a patrol car. You just stay where you are, please. Then at least call me the person I'm supposed to be meeting. At this rate, they'll be waiting all day. That's fine, but who are you meeting? A friend? I'm not gonna tell you that. Someone you can't tell me about? It's your mother. We had an appointment at a hotel tonight. What? I was keeping quiet out of the goodness of my heart. You dragged it out of me, so don't blame me when your parents get divorced and your happy home is shattered. You watch your mouth! Gah! Huh? About 30 meters away from where we are talking, someone screams. Sounds like a female. A desperate cry follows within seconds. Thief! Somebody! A woman sits collapsed on the street, stretching out her hand. Her high heels lie on the ground, knocked off her feet by the sudden fall. Just about halfway between us, there's a man in a flashy Hawaiian shirt running in this direction. Shit, a cop! Although the thief flinches for a moment at the sight of the policeman's uniform, after a quick check for any convenient side streets, he barrels onward. Move it, asshole! Brandishing the stolen bag menacingly, his hand violently gestures, out of my way! Huh? Stop! Stop right there! The cop is completely flustered. He's quite clearly unaccustomed to this sort of situation. While he's panicking, the distance between us and the thief shrinks with surprising swiftness. Out of my way! The man runs in a straight line toward a breakthrough to freedom. I happen to be standing directly in the middle of his path. I said, move, damn it! As he prepares to strike with the bag, I ascertain the movement of his shoulder and arm from the first signs of motion, and hit his wrist sharply just as he begins to swing. The man's arm instantly stiffens and loses all momentum. His eyes pop wide open in shock. I immediately grab the collar of his Hawaiian shirt he's wearing and firmly draw him toward me. Gah! Before the man can offer resistance to my pull, I smoothly reverse and use my body weight to shove him against him. When pushed just as they've been expected to brace themselves against being pulled, anyone except a genuine expert is going to be thrown off balance. Nice shirt. Where'd you buy it? Ah! Shock spreads across this man's face as his knees buckle against his will. I try to gain a chokehold using my grip on the neck of his shirt, but... Bastard! The man promptly draws his head back and shifts his body to the side, preventing me from landing a hold on his neck. Although I expected as much from a glance at his build, it seems like he's somewhat experienced in judo. But, in this case, he would have been better at trying a decisive tackle. Rotating around the purse snatcher in the opposite direction of the slide, I yank his right arm upward with both hands. In one movement, I've circled to his back. Oh! Ah! Next, pull back the opponent's wrist and elbow and pin him to the ground. This is just basic Aikido, by the way. Ow! Ow! Fucking asshole! Get off of me! I'll fucking kill you! I don't know why they decided that a tree getting knocked over was the best sound clip for that, but for whatever reason. Hey now, you've got your priorities all wrong. Before worrying about me, you should kill the guy who sold you that shirt. God damn it! God damn, kid! Perhaps unconsciously, the man's now empty left hand desperately slaps at the asphalt. While holding the thief pinned, I quickly shoot a look behind me. Don't just stand there! Yeah! The policeman jerks up straight in response to my angry shout, taking a pair of handcuffs from the pouch around his waist. He runs over to restrain the criminal. The purse snatcher seems to have resigned himself to his fate and doesn't offer any pointless resistance. He accepts his red-handed arrest for theft docilely, then sits quietly on the ground with his head hung as the policeman radios for backup. Apparently they weren't too far off, as the siren approaches in no time. Not too bad, Eddie boy. Two policemen get out of the arriving cruiser and push the criminal into the back seat. As I'm quietly watching this scene, it's perfectly in perfect passivity. Spaghetti. The policeman from earlier runs over. Thank you for your cooperation in the arrest. I'll pass on the letter of thanks. So how about letting me go? We can't do that, I'm afraid. If possible, we'd like to have a detailed conversation at the station regarding this incident in the previous matter. Figured as much. Shaking my head in exasperation, I silently rebuke myself. I should have just left it alone. As the policeman pushes at my back, I glance at my wristwatch. Informs me that I'm already 5 minutes late for my meeting. Well, rip, dude. Look, you about ready to talk yet? 30 minutes have passed since I was brought to the interrogation room, familiar as the place where criminals break into flop sweat and TV dramas. I'm sitting on a cheap foldable pipe chair, my arms folded in perfect silence. How are we supposed to let you go if you don't respond to our questions? Weren't you supposed to meet someone? Shouldn't you just talk? Get this over with? Instead of responding, I close my eyes. A silent statement, indicating that I have absolutely no intention of opening my mouth. The detective clicks his tongue in exasperation at my attitude. I got a pretty idea of what he'll be doing next. If you don't have anything to hide, talk. How long do you plan on remaining silent? The sound of something being struck, an even louder attempt at intimidation. This is the point where a timid guy would be jumping in his seat with eyes wide open, or maybe staring at the floor and quivering. As for me, my eyes are still shut and my arms are still folded quietly. My mind is a total blank. I've been accustomed to adults shouting at me like this since I was a child. Following the threat stage, the next step would be for him to grip my hair and jolt me back and forth. But I'm dealing with an official authority group here. I should get off without direct violence this time. Not to say that they won't pull out the old TV cliches and harass me by shining a desk lamp in my eyes. Ooh, pardon me. Or if something of the sort. I can roughly translate the detective's sigh. Goddamn kids these days! I gently open my eyes in order to sneak a look at this disgruntled forced face. The detective sitting in front of me seems to be challenging the Guinness World Record for the most dramatic asymmetry between the left and right sides of the human mouth. Maybe he's just scowling. When I let out a snort of laughter in response to the unexpectedly pleasant sight, the detective scratches his head violently and glares at me. How do you aggressively scratch your head? Look, buddy, I don't know who you've been talking to, but playing dumb with the police isn't going to gain you anything, alright? Won't gain you anything, but you won't lose anything either, except your time. I turn my gaze to the clock, the wall of this sweat box. An hour has already passed since the scheduled time for my meeting. How about you respond when I'm speaking to you? The directive strikes the desk with excellent comic timing. The best part is the way he knocks his ashtray off the table every time he does it. Ugh, what the hell is your deal? His tone distinctly fed up. He stoops down to pick up the plastic tray off the floor. Kazami Yugi, occupation, student. Yes, you've said that already, many times. We looked it up. You come from Yamanashi, right? No criminal background, no traffic violations or juvenile custody records. No accommodations on public record either. What kind of person has absolutely no data in the system? Your record is so clean it looks like someone's been whiting it out. Just who the hell are you? Kazami Yugi, occupation student. What's with that? Did someone tell you only to say that line if police caught you? Are you some sort of terrorist or what? Kazami Yugi, occupation student. Shut up! Just shut up! First it say something, now it's shut up. Talk about hard to please. Our capricious detective scowls yet again and scratches his head. Flakes of dandruff drifts grandly through the air. Based on this thoroughly wrinkled suit and heavy stubble, I'd say he hasn't been home in days. Look. Cut me a break here. Put yourself in my shoes for a second. Another sigh. It's enough to make me want to heave one myself. Because we both take our work seriously. It seems like we're stuck here going around in circles. We sure picked up a royal pain in the ass this time. The investigation of the purse snatcher case isn't going smoothly either. Thanks so much for dropping on that our lap, by the way. Just as we roughly complete this exchange of one-sided bitterness and mutual glaring, there's a well-timed knock at the door, and the sound of it being unlocked. Yes? Ah, hello, sir. A slight, plump, elderly detective enters the room. Given the respectful tone of the direct detective I've been chatting with, he's probably a superior of some sort. Is something the... Oh. Well... Huh. After a quick glance in my direction, the elder detective whispers something into the younger man's ear. Before long, the younger detective turns me with a decidedly nonplussed expression. You're being released, it seems. Thanks for your cooperation. Why now all of a sudden? You're asking the wrong guy. Bye. With those parting words, the young detective leaves the room. The elderly detective watches him go, and then faces me with a greasy smile. Well, sorry about that, Kazami-san. Seems we hadn't received any report on our end. We were only just now placed in contact with your guarantor. The detective stares at me with eyes like a dead fish. An employee from Ichigaya, if you'd simply said as much. An area of Shinjuku, Tokyo, associated with the Ministry of Defense. In World War II, the site of the Imperial Japanese Army's general headquarters. God, that's a fucking mouthful. If you'd known I was from Ichigaya from the start, wouldn't you have thrown me in jail, striped me naked, and sprayed me down with the hose? You're quite the kidder! Did someone forget that we belong to the unparalleled Sakura Daemon? We're all friends here. The headquarters of the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department. Just to let you know, I'm nothing but a student. My work at Ichigaya is only a part-time cleaning job. Cleaning, is it? I see. That's well put. Just as I suspect from your collection of eggheads. In response to my words, the detective twists his mouth into something vaguely resembling a smile. But really now, if you'd simply informed us a little earlier about the circumstances on your end, well, as I'm sure you know, the higher-ups are what they say they are. We had quite a mess there for a moment. Sarcasm drifting from every pore of his body. The detective treats me with transparently insincere courtesy. He's perfectly civil on a superficial level, but the atmosphere in here is growing increasingly unpleasant. The younger detective before, hard-ass that he was, seems infinitely preferable. Did you inquire to Ichigaya about me? Not quite, you see. We were running your name through our databases. In the middle of the data retrieval, the phone rings. We pick up the receiver and find that we have a call from the Ministry of Defense's special organization asking us, might you be in a custody of a dog of ours? Well now, that was quite the surprise. We're not running an animal shelter, here, you know? Since you found my owner and confirmed that my leash is properly attached, I should be able to leave now, right? Yes, just as you please. Oh, that's right. We are also contacted by the principal of the school that you retransferred into. That's so. Yes, indeed. Since you hadn't shown up, it seems she was putting calls into all the police stations in the area, one after the other. Our chief ended up getting pulled to the phone while he was in the middle of a meeting. He got quite an earful, apparently. Where's my backpack? The luggage which you've been holding on to is in the entranceway, which would be over that way. If you'd like, shall we send it over to buy the car? You're not getting funds from our public taxes in order to chauffeur bums like me around, are you? I'll walk. After I'm urged out of the door by the old man, the young detective appears from the rear, carrying the backpack they had taken from me earlier. This is ridiculously heavy. What the heck is in this? What the heck is in this thing? Bit of a tough question. I guess you could say in my life. If that's supposed to be a gag, I wouldn't quit your day job. It wasn't really what I was going for. Well, whatever. Dropping the backpack next to me, the detective lets out a little slight sigh. Thanks for lugging it out here. Pretty heavy, isn't it? It's not something you say to a guy who learned judo for work. We might be country police, but at least we got that much training. True. Guess that's natural for a policeman. Sorry. The detective smiles wryly. By the way, you're supposed to be a student at that landfill academy, right? I'm wearing a school uniform. You can see at a glance. Feels more like you've been dressed up in it. He claps my shoulder as we pass each other. Take care, in a lot of ways. Those parting words, he heads back into the police station. Guess you don't make a convincing student yet. I'm wearing deep blue slacks and short-sleeved dress shirt, as well as a dark red and yellow striped necktie. Excluding my somewhat longish hair, I should be the very image of a student. I guess it's a little difficult, turning into something like that all of a sudden. But it's probably precisely because of this is difficult that I'm decided to give it a try. For a while, I myself didn't understand why I'd asked for this. Now, I think I have a faint grasp on the reason. I wanted to become something that I couldn't understand. Something that I wasn't. At the moment, I've done nothing but smooth down my edges a bit. Perhaps later on I'll become a student on the inside as well. The sun that had been climbing upward earlier has now finally reached its zenith. The temperature keeps on rising. Sweat oozes from my skin. I was pretty sure she'd pick me up, but... Sensing a presence, I lowered my gaze from the sun. My eyes closed, well accustomed to the high contrast lighting, project a human form in a silhouette for only the briefest of moments before the details fade in. I don't know. I feel like maybe I want to keep the female voices on, because there's a handful of them, but at the same time they're going to be doing a lot of talking. But at the same time, it'll feel like I'm more like I'm talking to them and they're talking back to me. I don't know. We'll try it on for this episode, and then I'll get some feedback from y'all, I guess. That works. A woman raising an awkward salute, grinning broadly, states before my eyes. Spare me. I don't want to see a pose like that outside of the workplace. In the first place, what's with that dopey salute? The girls in bikinis of the Maritime SDF recruitment posters have more impressive form. Aww. I don't recall contributing enough to society today to deserve any appreciation. She opens the door of the car, stopped next to her. Yeah, true enough. From Mishima Cape Police Station to National Highway 133, southbound, we proceed to the prefectural highway and advance further out toward the Cape. A range of slowly rotating wind turbines come into view, indicating our proximity to the sea. I doubt you really thought I was safe. You're trying the police stations first, not the hospitals. Accuracy in weather forecasts and interpersonal communications make society run smoother. Bowing again, she continues her harangue. Sorry, I hate trains. Could you not mention this to the other students? I don't want them getting funny ideas about me from the get-go. Got enough of that from the police to last me a while. she just said. Our car proceeded about 500 meters along an area of reclaimed coastal land before she brought it to a stop. So that's what he meant by landfill, I see. As I'm recalling the words of the detective from before, the woman continues her conversation with a suddenly cheerful tone.
どう？立派でしょ。この近隣の学校の中では一番新しいのよ。
Very nice. Barely even looks like a school. Although I'd heard it was a new school, its external appearance generally isn't what I expected. A three-story building, the pure white color of the outer walls is the only typical school-like element, with every other aspect more closely resembling a city office building. The gates to the right and left are less evocative of a school gate than a functional fence at some facility. The mounted signboard likewise is utilitarian, thing printed in a simple typeface rather than a hand-drawn work of calligraphy.
これからここがあなたの母校になるのよ。感慨深くない？
I've only just arrived at this place. If I said I was deeply moved by the sight, it'd be a lie.
恥もそっけもない。人間想像力が大事なのよ。
With an exaggerated sigh, she opens her hands wide, the overblown gesture of a third-rate actor.
新設校だからあまり学校のイメージがないかもしれないけど、学生だってちゃんと普通のいい子たちがいるのよ。だから。
Her rigmarole is abruptly interrupted by the high-pitched shrieks of two girls.
やめなさいマキナ。やめなさいってお願いだからお願いだから。あまねなんで逃げるの？セミかわいいよ。虫は大嫌いなのよ。
It's a perfectly normal school. Normal? Could you define that term? Is there a class where we chase each other around with branching insects? That's not it. Those girls are... Oh, I'm doing it again. I don't think so. I don't think I do. But it's nice to see that it's a lively school. Having apparently forgotten what she was planning to do with her outspread hands, she totters through the school gate. Her office is positioned quite near the school building's front entrance. The furniture is nicely arranged, based around an old-fashioned desk and chair. In contrast to the incongruity of the building's external appearance, this room is a textbook example of the old-fashioned principal's office. I sit on the genuine leather sofa that's one of the room's more prominent furnishings. After waiting for me to settle myself, she lowers herself into the seat across from me.
学園長の立花千鶴です。ようこそ美浜学園へ。はじめまして。それともお久しぶりねの方がいいかしら、風見くん。
On a practical level, nice to meet you might be the better option.
そっか。そうね、確かに。
With a slight, amused smile, Principal Tachibana takes out a pamphlet.
まあ、あなたのことだからもう概要は知ってるとは思うけど、一応説明はしておくわ。 こは学
I missed it!
学園の運営する私学の学園で全国から選ばれた学生たちを集めて日々勉学に励んでいるの。
So she flips past a couple pages before this of her brochure. I hadn't noticed it then, but her fingernails are lightly polished. Okay.
榊学園の部隊は関東一円に私鉄網を持つ東浜急行電鉄グループ。その資金力を持って最高の設備と教職員を揃えているわ。まず
The principal talk shifts to more detailed matters. The East Branch is an enormous corporate group with its hands in real estate and large-scale retail. But its core business is the management of the rail line connecting Tokyo and the Haneda Airport. The EBE's management is shouldered by the Sakaki family. It seems plausible that the Sakaki Academy Corporation is also administrated by them directly, but that's only a guess based on circumstantial evidence. Given the lack of public information on this secretive corporation's activities, or even the existence of this academy, I haven't gained anything that could be called definitive proof from my investigation so far.
あなたは2年生として学園に入ってもらいます。早速明日のホームルームで転校のことをお知らせするから、それ以降は自由に振る舞って構わないわ。
Her fingers come to a stop, bring her hands gently together. The principal raises her gaze from the pamphlet that meets my eyes.
どう？あなたのお望み通り、普通の学園生活を送るには最適の環境だと思うけど。
I have a few questions.
どうぞ。
First, today is a weekday. There was barely anyone on the school grounds. What's going on?
少数精鋭なのよ。学生数はあなたを入れて6人だけなの。
6 people, that's ridiculous. Only 6?
そうよ。
The elite few?
ええ、
That includes our friends with the cicadas just now?
もちろん。
Question 2. Where am I living from today on?
全寮制なの。後で学生寮の場所を案内します。そこからここに通ってちょうだい。
Fair enough. What dormitory is it?
寮といっても十分な広さのある個室だから安心よ。
In that case, not a problem.
以上かしら。
Before we finish, one last thing.
はい、どうぞ。
For this last question only, I stare directly into her eyes. I need to confirm the principal's intentions in bringing me here. After all is said and done, is this a normal school? The principal closes her mouth. After a moment of silence, she opens it again.
え、
Yeah. I'm convinced that she's lying to me further than some hidden self-interest.
あなたがあの時に言った希望、ちゃんと覚えているわよ。
The principal slowly stands up and walks to the window side. The athletics ground are visible from the window. Although resembling those of a normal school, the grounds are skirted by an improbably high wall.
普通の学園に入って普通の学生生活が送りたい。
A mere handful of students, the bizarrely extravagant facilities, the on-campus dormitory, the high wall surrounding it all. They clearly indicate abnormality.
でもね、あなたも分かってると思うけど、あなた自身の境遇を考えると、ここしか条件に合うところがなかったのよ。
I guess you're right.
私はあくまでもここは普通の学園だとあなたに言います。
The principal turns to face
だ
me.
からあなたもここで普通に過ごしてくれればいいわ。何かしてほしいとか私から言うことはありません。
Understood.
それじゃ寮の方へ案内するわ。
Alright, let's take a look at where we'll be living in. Yeah! With a nod, I rise to my feet! This is...
管理室も含めると部屋数は全部で11。 各部屋ごとにお風呂とトイレとキッチンが備え付けられてる
It's
から
pretty high end.
生活の心配はないわ。家具も一通り揃ってるしね。何キョロキョロしてるの？
The cicada bear from earlier don't seem to be around.
ああ、スオさんとイリスさんのことね。二人ともまだ学園に残っているのかもね。小峰さんもいないようだし。うん、その子に寮の案内を頼んでいたんだけど、姿が見えないから。
So you don't have a minute to grasp on the movements of the students at sea.
私はほら、単なる学園長だから。
She's not the groundskeeper, she's only the principal. The head of the entire school, I guess, yeah. Nearly, is it?
ちょっと待ってね。
How was she able to stand up like that? The principal walks toward the interior of the building. Left there by myself, I stare vacantly up at the ceiling. Soon I've unconsciously fallen into my old habit of counting the number of visible sprinklers, then roughly estimating the scale of the building. Calculating the time needed to gain control of the front entrance and asserting the location of the emergency exits. Not that many support pillars are there. I guess that's why the ceiling is a bit low. Having grown up and absorbed and not analyzing the building, I don't even notice the tug on my sleeve. Ah!
聞こえてますか？
Yes! Yes, I can! Oh my god. Okay. Until the final, excuse me, of many finally catching my ear. God damn it. Hold on. Okay.
あなたは今日到着予定の転入生さんですか？
I drop my gaze in the direction of the voice. Find a girl in a housemaid clothes looking up at me. Not she's any particularly diminutive height, except in the comparison to a taller male like me.
それとも不審者さんでしょうか？
No one's going to admit that they're an intruder if you ask them point blank.
そういえばそうですね。目から鱗です。
The maid nods several times, slowly closes her eyes, and begins to repeat my words.
不審者かと尋ねられて不審者だと答えるやつはいない。不審者かと尋ねられて
What is up with this girl?
大丈夫。それでは質問の仕方を変えて。
Are you not an intruder?
不審者さんではない人でしょうか？
Flexible thinking isn't your strong suit, clearly.
はい。
No, never mind. So what does a maid want with me?
ですから私はあなたが怪しい人かどうかを確認しています。
This would be the second time today I've heard that pickup line.
それはおめでとうございます。それであなたは不審者さんではない人なんでしょうか？
You're a lot tougher than you look, maid.
ああ、小峰さん、ちょうどよかった。こちらが今度転入することになった風見くんよ。
At this point, having noticed her voices, the principal calls out to the girl. It seems this maid was coming all along.
やっぱりあなたが転入生さんだったんですね。
I'm Kazami Yugi. Good to meet you.
はい、こちらこそよろしくお願いします。
I don't think you introduced yourself.
すみません。下の名前はサチです。よろしくお願いします。
Didn't you just say that? No, I said that. I'm Kazami Yugi. Nice to meet you. At this time, it's nothing but the first name. I had this thought earlier with the other two, but you've certainly gathered some unique elites here.
学生の個性を伸ばすのが学園の役目だから。
Which would mean that she's a student too.
小峰さんはこの学園の1年生よ。あなたには小峰さんが教壇に立つような年に見えた？
Maybe. It's not really my point of confusion here. Our uniform creates a certain preconceptions. For example, if I see a girl wearing bunny ears in a bar, I don't ask what she's done with her Bible.
小峰さんは普段からメイド服でいることが多いから。
It's not the explanation.
確かにそうね。それじゃあ小峰さん、説明してあげて。わかりました。私はクラス委員を任されている関係で、よく先生方のお手伝いや雑用をお願いされることが多いのですが。
Fair enough.
なんだかメイドさんみたいだねという話から、ちょっとメイド服着てみなよと促され実際着てみたらやっぱり似合うから、なるべく普段から着た方がいいよと提案されたので、なるべく普段からメイド服を着るように心がけています。
I see. You're a devoted one. That fallen bunny girl sister could learn a thing or two from you.
はい、ありがとうございます。
I wasn't really intending that to be a compliment. But there's no point in telling her that.
じゃあここからは彼女に案内してもらって。その方が。
No objections.
それじゃあ小峰さん、あとお願い。
God, she's cute. Look at her. Look at her. She's just so happy to show me around the place I'm gonna be living at.
それでは
Well,
まず
let's
1
begin.
階から案
Oh,
内していきま
God.
すね。
Dang it! I've done it again. Yeah, if you would. This maid slowly begins to walk, but quickly comes to a stop in front of the management room.
えっと
Stop dead. She's staring at me with an expression that clearly indicates she has something to say. What's wrong? You need something?
そのあなたのことを何とお呼びしたらいいのか聞き忘れていました。
Masterworks. Come to think of it, you're right.
すみません。
Well, you can call me whatever you want.
それでしたらゆうくんと呼ばせていただいてもよろしいでしょうか。
You've gotten pretty familiar all of a sudden.
では風見さんというのはいかがでしょう。
Sure. Anyway, I'll call you Sachi.
サチ。いえ、
Ah,
サチで構いませんよ。
my bad. My bad. Would Sachimon be better?
いえ、サチで構いませんよ。
Okay. Her expression didn't change in the slightest, but her eyes at the moment she spoke those words had a strange forcefulness to her. That's so. Alright, Sachi. Best regards and all that.
はい。
Judging from her smile, it seems she doesn't dislike being called Sachi.
それでは早速なのですが、寮に入って最初に見えるこの部屋が風見さんのお部屋になります。
Nameplate seems to say that's the management room, though.
学園長さんのお話では、風見さんには寮長を兼ねてこの部屋に住んでほしいとのことでしたけど。
In other words, she wants me to play the prison guards. Well, at the very least, 3 of the 6 students living in this room are females. Probably prudent to have a room as far as possible from theirs to avoid potential trouble. Mind if I take a look inside?
はい。これが部屋の鍵です。どうぞ。
When I open the door with this key she hands me, a prominently placed set of kitchen and household goods catches my eye. It seemed to be in good shape, and as I can confirm with a glance at the room itself, will be more than adequate living environment given my needs.
この寮のすべての部屋には火災報知器が1つと2つのスプリンクラーが設置されています。
Got it. She seems to guess my thoughts from the direction of my gaze.
そこは1畳半ほどのウォークインクローゼットになっていると聞いています。
A little test. I focus my eyes on a different point of interest, and she provides an explanation in the same way. Although she's a little off in some department, she seems to be pretty sharp in other aspects. I see. Looks like there won't be any problems. As I speak, I twist the faucet over the sink. someone that's using this room before I came?
いいえ、少なくとも4ヶ月は誰も使っていなかったはずですが。
The water's pretty clear considering.
まあ、建物自体は新しいですし、風見さんがいらっしゃる前はこの部屋を倉庫代わりに使用することもあったので、その時に誰かが水道を使っていたのかもしれません。
Makes sense. Get a little extra room out of this
私は
place.
時々お掃除の時にバケツの水を汲むために使っていましたから。
I mean, to be fair, there's what, 11 rooms, they said? There's only 5 people before I came. Yeah, there's a lot of storage going around, if you know what I'm saying. Let's see. Twist the faucet to stop the water. Drop the luggage I've been carrying on the spot, and promptly leave the room.
それから玄関を入って正面のスペースは
Next.
共有の場所になっています。
I'll read what she's saying, even though she just spoke it. I've done this too much! God damn! Okay, a little common space. Standard student dorm community space, is it?
はい。マキちゃんやアマネさんなんかはよくここで過ごしていますよ。
Is that so? Though I haven't heard those names before, they must be other students.
それから風見さんの部屋の隣はボイラー室。その正面が
Ah, so I live in that room, and then the boiler room's right there, and that goes in there. But it looks like I got a window right there, so I didn't see that in there.
その奥には4つの部屋があって、階段の隣の3号室が私の部屋にな
I'll have
り
to
ます。
remember that one. I'd heard there are 11 rooms in total. Any reason why you picked the one on the first floor?
それは私の名前がサチなので、さっちゃんなら3号室でしょと。
I get the idea. She was told to live there.
2階は基本的に部屋のみの構造となっていて、私以外の学生さんは全員この階に住んでいます。
So there's quite a few rooms on the first floor that nobody lives in.
はい、7号室と9号室は現在空き部屋になっています。
Okay.
3階はこの大浴場をはじめとした戦闘的な構造になっています。階段の反対側にはコインランドリーや物干しスペースもあるので、必要な時に利用してください。も
Nice.
し洗濯自体が苦手なようでしたら、私に言っていただければ代行しますので。
Oh, my shirts are just ruined. Please clean them. Wouldn't taking care of someone else's chores be a nuisance?
クラス委員ですから。
Is it? Alright, I'll keep that offer in mind.
はい。
There's no reason to refuse an outright when the offer is delivered with such an earnest smile. By the way, can we use this grand bathroom as we please?
はい。清掃は専門の業者さんが定期的にやってくれているので、清掃中以外は24時間利用可能です。
Fair game, man.
ただ、男湯と女湯に分かれているわけではないので、風見さんが入浴する際は入り口にこの札をかけるようにしてください。
Fair enough. Sure. As she speaks, she hands me a card that reads, "In use, male bathing." Sure. I think I might take advantage of it pretty often. The view appears pretty nice.
そうですね。周りには校舎の他に高い建物もないですし、ガラスの透過率も 75% ですから、海面に沈む夕日を眺めることもできますよ。
Nice. That sounds beautiful. An ocean view, huh? Not bad.
ご希望ならすぐに入ることもできますけど。
As she speaks, I notice Sachi's already holding a towel and a change of clothes in her hand. You're pretty well prepared.
この大浴場を見た大体の人はすぐに入ってみたくなるみたいなので。
I see. The fruit of Grisaia! No, the fruit of your experience, is it? What's wrong?
風見さんのための着替えではなく、私の着替えを持ってきてしまいました。
As if to demonstrate, female underwear slips out from among the clothes in Sachi's hand. Is this a declaration that you want to bathe together?
いえ、そ そのつもりはありませんでした。すみません。
I really don't think there's anything to apologize
あ
for.
りがとうございます。
Why are you saying thank you?
ではこれで寮の案内は終わりになりますが、何か質問はありますか？
Let's see. Can I ask something? Can I ask about something different other than the dorm?
私に答えられることでしたら。
In that case, let's hear your 3 sizes, Sachi.
はい、上から82、56、83です。
Why did she answer that? At the moment, is there a specific man you're going out with?
いません。
Your experience with men to date?
ありません。
Now I'm the one who asks you those questions, but answering them so politely. Would that be also be because you're the class
ク
representative?
ラス委員はみんなの役に立ってこそのクラス委員ですから。
Oh my god, this girl. What admirable devotion to customer service.
ありがとうございます。
82, 56, and 83!
他に質問はありますか？
Nothing comes to mind.
わかりました。もし他に聞きたいことができたら、部屋にある内線電話で3番を押してください。
That's pretty handy.
私の部屋につながるので。
Please come play with my PP. Oh, got it.
それでは私はこれで失礼しますね。
Sure. Go do maid stuff. With that note of farewell, Sachi bows like a genuine housemaid and starts to turn away. Ah, Sachi?
はい。
Thanks for the tour. I appreciate it.
はい。
Oh god, she's too cute! Class representative these days seem to be a surprisingly tough-willed breed. After Sachi's tour ended, I took another look around the interior of the building on my own. By the time I returned to my dorm, the sun is already low, the sky and the light is growing dim. Should probably put the stuff away before it gets dark. Opening my backpack, I pull out the contents to begin to put them away on the shelves I've been provided with. What shelves? And where's the window? It's a real help that I've got this closet. Things I can leave in a visible place and things to be stowed away in the back. Dividing my possessions between the two, the latter are clearly more numerous. Normal, huh? While looking over my mountain of luggage, I mutter in self-deprecating tone. As I work, the sun shrinks leisurely into the sea. Alright. At my usual time, 4:45, I woke up in my usual way and ran the course I'd marked down mentally on my way here. I think we're gonna go ahead and call it a day for now. It was the first episode of this. Let me know what y'all want to do with the voices. We can mute them all, mute them so we just have our waifu talking, or let the sexy narrator let me do all the talking. That is it. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. Have a great day.